Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Patch 1.4 for Dying Light the Beast just dropped. It's about 9GB download on PC, and honestly, this might be the update that finally pushes this game into proper next-gen territory. Today, I'm going to walk you through everything in this update. The new game plus, legend levels up to level 300, ray tracing on PC, a bunch of gameplay and performance changes, and then towards the end we'll talk about week 7's community challenge and why this patch has basically supercharged the player base. So let's jump in. Patch 1.4, officially described as the biggest update so far for Dying Light the Beast, it adds new game plus, so you can fully replay Kyle's story with all your gear, progression carried over with tougher enemies and better loot. Legend levels, an endgame progression system that kicks in after level 15 and lets you push your character way beyond its standard skill tree. Ray tracing on PC, massively improving lighting, shadows and reflections. New finishes for different weapon types so executions look way more brutal. And a ton of fixes, parkour, performance, stability, UI, audio, the works. We'll go into each of those, but first, I want to talk about what it actually looks and feels like in-game, because that's the part that really surprised me. So yesterday, I launched the game after installing patch 1.4, and right on the main screen, I saw the update notification. I went straight into the video settings and cranked everything to ultra settings, so that ray tracing is enabled. And this is important. If you don't set the game to ultra on PC, ray tracing will not be enabled. So make sure you're either using Ultra preset or go into advanced video settings and manually turn ray tracing on if you prefer tweaking things yourself. Here is a quick comparison of the game with ray tracing off versus on. Once I loaded into the game, I could immediately tell the difference. Castor looks way more beautiful and immersive than before. The lighting has a much more natural bounce to it. Shadows feel deeper and more realistic. Image sharpness and clarity are noticeably improved. Small details in the environment just pop a lot more. It genuinely felt like I was suddenly playing a next-gen version of the game. And when you compare Dying Light 2, which came out back in 2022, you can really see the 3-year gap in technical progress. The overall visual technology clearly moved forward. Even water reflections look more realistic now. You can see lights and shapes reflected properly, which really sells the atmosphere during night sequence or near bodies of water. Now let's talk New Game Plus. To start New Game Plus run, it's super simple. Go to your save file on PC, just press F to start a New Game Plus. Every time you finish a playthrough and roll the credits, you can start another New Game Plus while keeping all your skills, XP, points, legend levels, and weapons. The trade-off is that enemies get tougher each time. In my run, you can actually see the difference. It took me around 6 to 7 hits just to kill a single zombie, right from the get-going. They weren't playing around. Zombies started throwing a real challenge at me early on. You can feel the AI being more aggressive. They'll run at you, grab you, hit you, and even surround you if you're not paying attention. The challenge definitely escalates with each New Game Plus tier, and I love that because you get to re-experience the story from a fresh angle. But you also keep all your skills and weapons so you feel powerful, yet the game still pushes back and forces you to play smart. This time around, I went with brutal difficulty, so I'm currently playing on the highest difficulty setup you can get, brutal and New Game Plus. And yeah, it hits hard. Now for the big one, legend levels. Legend levels are basically the classic Dying Light endgame system brought into the beast. Once you hit level 15, any XP you earn becomes Legend XP, and you start climbing a new progression ladder. You can level your Legend levels all the way up to 300. Every level gives you Legend points. You spend those on passive upgrades, more health, better combat stats, and stronger beast mode performance. As you can see on this screen, you can upgrade things like one-handed damage, long weapon damage. You can add points, which will add more damage each time you level up. Extra ammo, which is great because you get to keep more ammo. There's health regen, stamina regen, firearm resistance, extra craft parts, etc. and more. So there is definitely a good variety of different passive skills you can spend points on. Every level also bumps your max health up by a fixed percentage, which helps a lot in higher New Game Plus tiers. Now, this is where it gets really cool in terms of rewards. Up to level 300, there are 22 new exclusive rewards to unlock. These include legendary weapons, melee and firearms, 2 full outfits, 12 gear pieces, and new legendary vehicle skins. The way the rewards are structured, every 5 legend levels you get an exclusive reward. This could be a legendary weapon, outfit, or a car skin. After legend level 50, the gap gets bigger. You'll need 10 levels to get each new reward. And honestly, these rewards do not look like the usual weekly community challenge rewards, which, let's be real, are often pretty crap and kind of pointless. Legend level rewards look way better. We are getting new weapons, not just old weapons with recolored skins, The weapons are legendary, so I'm assuming they'll do a lot more damage per hit. You can also unlock new firearm weapons through the system. All of this makes the grind to legend level 300 feel actually worth it. Instead of just grinding for the sake of a number going up, you're getting real, meaningful gear along the way, and there is a better progression system. Outside of the big headliners, patch 1.4 has a lot of under the hood improvements that will make your playthrough smoother according to the official notes. There are over 200 parkour and navigation issues have been fixed. Things like climbing problems, ledge grabs, blocked routes, and tweaks to monkey bars, beams, scaffolding, zip lines, and vault poles. The early game has been rebalanced. You get better stamina curves early on, and even a rare weapon near the first campsite to reward exploration. XP loss in survival mode has been reduced to make progression feel less punishing, especially at lower levels. There are co-op fixes for black screens, weird convoy spawns, and AI getting stuck. Performance and stability got a pass, with over 35 issues addressed, things like frame drops and crashes, plus a bunch of visual, UI, and audio fixes, texture problems, lighting quirks, wrong quest markers, missing SFX, and localization issues. And don't forget, there's also a double XP event and an exclusive weapon waiting in your stash tied into the Call of the Beast event, which is a good incentive to log in and test everything out. Now let's talk about the Week 7 Community Challenge, because this is where you really see the impact of patch 1.4. After this update dropped for Dying Light the Beast, a lot more people have jumped back into the game, and you can tell just from the numbers. Players have already hit the community goal in just one day, which is honestly crazy. This update was definitely much needed. It took the devs a while to get it out, but they managed to release it before the end of week 11 roadmap, which is what I was hoping for. In my previous video, I mentioned that the devs had to release New Game Plus sooner rather than later, and now it is here. It feels like a huge step in the right direction. The good thing about them finally dropping New Game Plus and Legend levels now is that it should free them up to focus on what's next. Hopefully, they're already preparing the Nightmare difficulty mode for the game. When that lands, it's going to add completely new layer for players who want the ultimate challenge image. Nightmare difficulty plus the brutal mode, plus the New Game Plus, plus high Legend levels. That's going to be insane. So yeah, patch 1.4 is a 9GB beast of an update, but it genuinely transforms Dying Light the Beast. The game looks way better with ray tracing, it plays better with New Game Plus and tougher enemies, and it lasts longer thanks to Legend levels and that level 300 endgame grind. Now, before we wrap up, I'm also giving away a free copy of Dying Light the Beast on your platform of choice. The draw will happen on 24th of December, just before Christmas. To enter the giveaway, all you need to do is leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, comment down below, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. That's it, you're in. And here's a little bonus. If the channel hits 1000 subscribers before the draw date, I'll pick 2 winners instead of 1, and both of you will receive a free copy on your platform of choice. Your support is genuinely appreciated. It really helps me to keep making more reviews, deep dives, and interesting content for you guys. Let me know down in the comments. Have you tried New Game Plus yet? What Legend level are you at so far? And how are you finding the difficulty on Brutal? If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss my future videos, especially when that Nightmare difficulty mode finally shows up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.